Welcome in to Rover Sports. Just doing a little bit of a live video here. I wanted to talk about the Giants game. I know that the picture isn't great, but we got Giants and Eagles this week. And what I wanted to say about this football game is I haven't been fully invested in the Giants because I don't think the Giants are making the playoffs. I don't think the Giants are going 8-8. I think the Giants can lose to the Bears. The Giants can lose to the Cardinals, or not the Cardinals, the Colts. And Nathan, how are you? It's just I'm just not that excited about this football game. I think the Giants are a 5-point underdog going into the Link. I don't know if we can protect against the Eagles. And the last time I think we've won at the Link was maybe in like 2013. So how's everybody doing? YOLO, what's going on? What's going on, YOLO? How are you? I'm just not that confident in the Giants to keep this thing going. Now, one theory I do have that I'm going to say here on YouTube is one theory I'm going to say on YouTube is that Eli Manning, remember how Peyton Manning was getting those steroids from Olivia, his wife? I think Eli Manning might be roiding up because the Eli Manning that played against the Bucs looked 20 years younger than the Eli that played against the Eagles. So I'm just saying, like, that Eli Manning looked a lot different, and I didn't expect Eli to go 17 for 18 throwing the football. I did not see that. I could not envision that in 2018, that happening. So the fact is the Eagles are beat up, but we said that the first time, right? We said the Eagles were limping into the Giants game the first time, and we hosted the Eagles, and they beat us 34-13. So I'm not expecting anything. I'm going to get the doctor's thoughts in a second. And I'm not buying it. I'm not going to make that same mistake again. I think it's dumb to make that mistake, to think the Giants can go on a run. You're just going to have your heart broken for no reason at all. You're a 3-7 team, and this team, I'm not going to be fooled again by Eli Manning. I'm not going to be fooled by beating these crap teams. And and they got to show me. They got to show me before I can believe. I'm not going to have my hopes up, I guess. So here's the doc.
Okay, I'm giving you the Philadelphia Eagles standpoint. Just move it back. I don't like my head to look like the Great Pumpkin. Thank you very much.
Well, your head doesn't.
Thank you very much.
You just focus on driving.
Okay, thanks.
Just keep your eyes straight.
That's good. Thank you very much. So I'm taking a driving test right now. I'm going to start doing a 3-point turn. With any luck, I can get through my Cinderella license.
Yep.
And I can get rid of my permit and get my real license.
Yep, and then you could buy a woman a milkshake, a 16-year-old
yes, absolutely.
woman.
So you hear it
You
first.
be Lawrence Taylor.
Giants,
you could be Mark Sanchez.
all you Giants fans out there, my advice is bet on your team. I can tell you, I've been an Eagles season ticket holder for 45 years. The Eagles have never been in worse shape going into a game than this week against the Giants. Let me tell you why. 3 of the 4 starting DBs are out. Gone. All right? I used to think Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby were terrible. They used to get torched. But guess what? They're not even there. All right? Avonte Maddox, this guy came off the practice squad. He's injured. Jordan Hicks, middle linebacker, is injured. Their whole defense is injured. If you watch the last 2 games, the game against the Cowboys, where they got torched, where there wasn't one DB within even the television screen of the man he was supposed to be covering. If you look at Corey Undlin, the worst defensive backs coach in the history of the NFL, going back into the 1800s, you look at the way the Eagles cover, they literally never turn back to see the ball. That's a problem. Also, so you guys are going to run wild, all right? I don't care if Eli Manning, he doesn't need steroids. He could be in a rocking chair.
But what if Eli doesn't have time? You still have Fletcher Cox. You have Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham.
Okay,
Our offensive line sucks. It doesn't matter how bad your secondary is. You've had the same secondary for years and years. You hammer the Giants. I think the last 8 meetings, you guys are 8-0 versus the Giants, okay? Eli Manning is the most immobile quarterback. Your defense played pretty well against a Dallas offense that's a lot better than the Giants offense. You guys held Dak in check.
Okay, allow me to finish, please. So,
come on.
Bottom line is, what happened before has no bearing on what's happening on Sunday. The Eagles, as I said, can't cover anything. They couldn't cover Drew Brees.
Well, that's because it's Drew Brees. Who else can cover Drew Brees?
They weren't able to cover
I'm
Dak
coming
Prescott.
back on.
Dak
I'm coming
Prescott,
back on.
I'm not finished.
Enough.
Okay, go.
I get to rebuttal.
Okay, go ahead.
Jameis Winston had 800 yards against the Giants secondary. Carson Wentz is going to put up incredible numbers because Carson Wentz is 3 times whatever the Bucs quarterbacks are. And
nobody's protecting Carson Wentz. He has no offensive line.
The fact is that you think Odell Beckham's going to light up Philly. Odell can't light up anything because Eli will not be able to get them the football.
Shepard, Ingram,
I would be shocked if the Eagles won this. If the Giants won this game, I'd be stunned.
Saquon Barkley will run for 150
What
yards.
happened the first game?
I'm talking about what's happening
What's happened
now.
the first game?
Matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
It does matter because Jason Peters is injured. Lane Johnson is injured.
We don't have any guys to rush the passer.
You don't let me even get a word in without talking over me. The bottom line is Jason Kelsey dislocated his elbow. Okay? He hasn't been out for 3 years. They've got a guy named, what's his name? They've got a center who hasn't played center at all. All right? Lane Johnson can't even get into a stance to block. Jason Peters has every joint injured. Vitae is horrible. The Eagles don't have a starting running back. Do you understand that? Don't have a starting running back? What does that mean? Jay Ajayi, injured. Sproles, injured.
Right.
Wendell Smallwood, injured. Let's listen to this.
And then are you going to let me? Are you going to let me talk?
Corey Clement, injured. You're going. There is no team left here in Philly. Now you can speak. Go ahead.
Doesn't matter if there's a team left in Philly or not.
Well, it should matter.
Doesn't matter. The Giants can't beat this freaking team.
I disagree.
They're a 3-7 team, okay? Every good team the Giants face.
The Eagles are a 4-6 team. 1 game better. 1 game better. Eagles are 1 game better.
Let me tell you, the Eagles are not a great team, but the Giants, okay, playing away from home at the Link, I believe that the Giants in the past 15 matchups are Eli Manning, that is, are maybe 3-12 in the last 15 matchups.
Look at the present.
Bruce,
don't look at
I'm
going
to tell you why the Eagles are going to win this game.
Okay, go right ahead.
Because I expect Josh Adams to go on the ground. I expect Josh Adams to go on the ground. First of all, you have the best tight end in the league in Zach Ertz. You have a top 7 receiver in Alshon Jeffrey. I'll tell you, Janoris Jenkins is as overrated as they come. Landon Collins is overrated. You have Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. Your defensive line.
Brandon Graham's hurt.
Well,
Jordan
you have
Hicks
Chris Long. How about Chris Long?
How
about Chris Long?
By the way, Chris Long has been terrible this year. He's going to be cut. By the way, there's also
doesn't matter.
Malcolm Jenkins. But let me mention something for you New Yorkers. Malcolm Jenkins came out and just trashed the whole team as there is total discourse. You think there's discourse in the Golden State Warriors between Draymond Green and Kevin Durant? That's what's going on with the Eagles.
This team is a championship team.
You're coming in at a perfect time.
We are coming in at a good time. We are coming in at a good time, but I doubt that we can beat this team.
Okay, go. Continue.
How about we bet $50? $50. I'll pay you $50 for the Giants to win. I'll pay you $50 because I want this win for the Giants as much as you want this win for the Eagles. I want the Giants to continue this ride. I don't want it to fall at the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles. I want this game, but I think that this game in Philly is a lot harder than the Bears game.
I'll leave it up. Listen, I'll
$40. $40. I'm taking the Eagles, and you're taking the Giants.
Okay, right. $40. Even up. I'm taking the Giants. You're taking the Eagles. You're to shake off.
Okay, and I want you. I want to pay you, and I want to pay you.
Okay, good.
I want the $40 of compensation when my team loses.
I'm almost at a point now with this team that I'm looking for the draft picks, and I want them.
Meet the Mets. How are you?
Yes.
Big Blue for life. Marcus Woods, biggest Giants fan. Incredible people. The Giants fans are confident in this game. I like how Eli Manning is playing. I like how Saquon's running the ball. I think the Eagles are dysfunctional. Everybody who said that they wouldn't have a Super Bowl hangover, all the Eagles fans in the offseason that said that Doug Peterson was a god and that the Eagles were only going to get better with Michael Bennett. Well, Michael Bennett, Malcolm Jenkins, this locker room is dysfunctional. The Eagles are a fraudulent team. The Dallas Cowboys are going to win this division, okay? And the Eagles are terrible as well. And I told Eagles fans that your football team was a one-hit wonder, and I told you that Doug Peterson was a one-hit wonder as a head football coach. And I want to go into the link, and I want to shut them up for the final season. I absolutely want to do it. However, I look at my quarterback in Eli Manning, and he's an old quarterback who's had a terrible year. I look at that pass rush. We've never been able to figure out Jim Schwartz in all these years. Okay, in 2016, we had the same scenario. We were 10-6, and we were going up against an Eagles team that has been eliminated, and the Eagles absolutely destroyed us on that Thursday night football game. They absolutely made Eli Manning look terrible. Eli was throwing the ball 63 times on that Thursday night game, and the Eagles were eliminated from postseason playoffs. They had nothing to play for, and we needed a playoff berth, and they still beat our ass down.
It's a
so the bottom
team.
line,
Team,
and that was an Eagles team that was dead.
This team is really dead because there's no players. Everybody's injured.
So why was that 2016 team better?
You keep looking at the past.
I look at the past because the past actually matters.
You're hurting my ears. We can hear you.
Because the link,
you're hurting our ears.
You talk loud too. You act like you're a church mouse. The fact is, Lincoln Financial Field is a house of horrors for my football team. Okay, and this is a bad football team.
You're gonna have to log off here.
Why? Why do I have to log off? Okay, I'll log off. Thanks for watching. I had a great time doing the video. I'm sure Doc did as well.